Welcome to the channel Get Rich. Today we are going to look into a company analysis video. So let's have a look at Newgen Software Technologies. So we are going to analyze the business and we are going to look into their financials, and finally in the valuation section we are going to look into their 1 year and 2 year price target. So let's get started. So Newgen Software Technologies, so they are founded in 1992. They are public since 2018. So they have about 673 crores revenue in financial year 21, and they have about 104% increase in cloud revenue since financial 2017. And then if you look at their revenue separation, so they have almost 31% of their revenue is coming from Americas. So they have strong partnership with leading GSIs. And also if you look into their active customers, they have 550 active customers across 72 countries. They have 17 verticals with 5 core verticals. So they have 44 patents filed, and they also consistently recognized by Gartner and Forrester. And then if you look into their subscription revenues, they have around 200 crores. And also if you look into their US region revenues, it's about 211 crores. Then if you're having a look at their snapshot of Newgen Software Technologies, so their market cap is 3,581 crores. They have a stock PE of about 22.4. Their return on capital employed is about 27.6%. That's really good. And then if you look at their return on equity, it's 20%. And then if you look at the return on assets, it's 14%. And then if you look at the debt to equity, it's 0.04. So they almost have no debt at all. And if you look at the price to sales ratio, it's 4.79. Price to book is 5, and the current ratio is 3.44. That's also good. So they have very good numbers here. And if you look at their price chart, so they went up from 100 to 700 after the COVID crash, and then from 700 it corrected back to 500 levels. So currently it's trading around 500 rupees. And if you look at the P chart, so it went from about 6 P after the corona crash to almost 40 P, and currently it's trading at about 22 P. And then if you look at their business highlights, so if this, let's have a look at some of their business highlights. So if you look at the Newgen, so they have been recognized as visionary in the 2021 Gartner Magic Quadrant for content service platforms. And then if you also look into their Forrester Wave, so the Newgen software has been positioned as a strong performer in the Forrester Wave digital process automation software. And also if you look at their patents, so they are filing patents. And then if you look at the customer wins, so they added 17 new logos in the last quarter. And they are also going to acquire number theory. So number theory, it's an artificial intelligence and machine learning data science platform company. So they are about to acquire this particular company, so subject to approval of the shareholders and so on. And then if you have a look at their revenue breakdown, where are their revenues are coming, so they have 25% of their revenue is coming from sale of products, and then 7% is SaaS revenue, and then ATS, AMC, some of their subscription revenues is 23%, and their support 25%, and then implementation and other services is 20%. So they have most of their revenues, or more than 50% of the revenues coming from either annuity based or subscription revenues. So they are having a lot of recurring revenues in this particular revenue breakdown. So they are a pretty good for the next several years, because they are generating a lot of recurring revenues, and also they are changing their existing revenue model to a lot of subscription based revenues or recurring revenues. That's also going to pay off in the next few years. And then if you are looking into their verticals, so they have about 63% in banking, and then 11% in government PSUs, and then 5% IT, and then 7% insurance, 6% healthcare, and 8% others. And if you look at the revenue split based on the geography, so they have almost 30% from India, 28% from EMEA region, and then 27% from US, and then 15% from APAC region excluding India. So then if you look at their platforms, products, so what are they doing? So what are their products or platforms? So they mainly have digital transformation platform. So we can categorize into 3 different main categories. So the first one is contextual content services, or their product name is OmniDocs. So they manage complex business information and extract intelligent insights. So that's the first part of their offering. And then the second one is they have low code process automation. So their product name is IBPS. So they digitize end-to-end customer and employee journeys with low code. So that's the second one. And then the third one is omni-channel customer communication. So for this, their product they have is Omni OMS. So they deliver personalized communication across channels at scale. So these are 3 different categories, the platforms they have. The Newgen digital transformation platform. These are the 3 different categories. So let's have a look at them. So also, if you look at the what they are doing, so they have like contextual content services, as we just discussed. It's ECM. So their product name is Omni Docs. So they deliver contextual content for smart decision making and improved collaboration across multiple channels. And the second one is low code process automation, and then the third one is omni channel customer communication. So they create, personalize and deliver interactive communications to enhance customer experience. So these are the three different applications. So there's three different platforms. So the second one, the low code process automation, they even use to build responsive business applications. So that's the three different platforms. Let's have a look at one by one. So the first one is contextual content services. So they empower their customers in managing end-to-end life cycle of enterprise content. So they have, for example, the first phase is capture. So they do professional scanning, document quality analyzer, web scanning, intellectual extraction, multiple formats. So they can do a lot of scanning if you have a document. So they can do capturing of your document, and then they process the content, and then they can do automated classification, content analytics, content collaboration and so on in the process section. And then they in the store section they do content management, cloud storage and repositories, security, compliance, records management and so on. And then the last one is extend. So it's an industry application, productivity application. You can use the data there. So these are the four different classifications. So this is mainly contextual content services thing. So if you have a look at their case study they did, so digital transformation of India's leading insurance company with over 250 million customers. So their implementation also included the archival of about 500 million policy dockets and automation of processes across 2000 branches, 113 divisional offices, 8 zonal offices and corporate office. So they're helping a lot of their customers digital transformation of their records, data or their processes, or they're helping them in the digital transformation journey of their customers. And then the second one is low-code process automation. So here they enable enterprises in developing and deploying content-centric business processes with the speed, or they make it faster for the company. They help the company to do it, so that the customer can streamline enterprise-wide workflows and also leverage the low-code development environment to rapidly design and roll out their business applications. So that's their key goal in this particular section. So these are used by like financial institutions, governments, PSU institutes, insurance companies, shared services, and also a lot of the many other industries. So they have like integration, so that's like low-code development, content management, and then they have process modeling, analytics and process insights, and then you have case management, and then they also have the artificial intelligence and machine learning capability, and then the data modeling and processing of process simulations and so on. So they also displayed a case study here. So one of the largest banks in US with around 240 branch offices implemented Newgen's commercial loan origination solution to streamline overall lending process, for example. So the bank digitates its lending cycle and automated its operations and hassle-free shift to remote working. So for example, they help the customers to do this kind of digital transformation easily. So they have a lot of their developments, and then they can easily use their platforms to easily do digital transformation of different customers. And then the third one is omni-channel customer communication. It enhances customer experience with personalized and communication across different channels. They can also do a lot of upselling opportunities across different touch points such as email, SMS, web and print. So if you look at the enterprise use cases, they have batch communication, branding and personalization, on-demand response, the multilingual communication, one-to-one correspondence. So they have industry compliance and so on. So they also have, if you look at the different sections of it, so the first one is design the template library, different WAD import, PDF import, user-defined roles, version control and so on. So they also have different approval workflow, multiple format output. So they have a lot of these capabilities which are there. So if you look at the case study, so the Newgen CCM solution implementation for a leading private bank in India. So the bank chose their platform to make their customer communication more customized and also more platform agnostic, for example. So these are the three different categories their platforms are there. And then if you look at the next one, which are the business applications using their platform. So they enable enterprises to develop several complex applications. For example, they are pretty strong in banking sector. If you look at the banking sector, they help in customer onboarding, loan, credit origination, e-statementing, trade finance, unified customer view, relationship manager, cockpit. So yeah, they do lead management, financial need analysis. They have a lot of functionalities for that you can use their platform to easily do digital transformation. And then if you look at the insurance section, they also have several possibilities to develop an applications pretty easily. And then they also have, for governments, they have several possibilities: government case management, citizen centric services, e-government, office automation, electronic documentation and records management, and so on. And then if you look at the enterprise side, they have like accounts payable, accounts receivables, centralized expense management, and so on. They have a lot of capabilities in that side as well. And then if you look at their recognitions, so they are recognized by Gartner, so they are a niche player in Gartner 2020 Magic Quadrant to Enterprise Low Code Application Platform. They also are visionary in Gartner 2020 Magic Quadrant for Content Services Platform. And then if you look at the Forresters, a strong performer in the Forrester Wave Content Platforms Q2 2021, and then a strong performer in the Forrester Wave Digital Process Automation for 2019. So they also have several different awards. For example, Fidelity Bank and Newgen awarded the best self-service banking technology implementation at the Asian Banker Middle East and African Region Awards 2020. And also if you look at the Bank Muscat and Newgen, they recognized for the best lending implementation in the Middle East. And also Abu Dhabi Commercial Bank and Newgen awarded the best digital transformation implementation. So they're also backing a lot of awards. So they have a pretty good product, I would say. And if you look at the key orders in the last quarter or the last year, so they have like a financing arm in India. So they have a leading global manufacturer of premium automobiles and motorcycles as a customer. They have a product for a diversified financial services company in US, and then leading specialty finance provider in UK and Ireland are their customers. And they're one of the world's largest investment management companies, managing $8.2 trillion in global asset. So they're also helping them. And also if you look at the existing customer in Singapore, so part of a leading international banking group with more than 150 years of banking history. They're also helping them, so that they are their customer traction is also getting on. And then if you look at their R&D investments, so they usually spend about 7 to 7.5% as R&D investments percentage of revenues, and then recently they increased to 9.5 to 9.8% of their revenues for R&D spends. So they have a unified platform with modular development. So they have deep domain expertise and they have low code application platform. So and then if you look at their location, where are they located? So they have their headquarters in New Delhi, and they have offices in, for example, Toronto, Canada, and then they also in US, Tampa, Florida, and then McLean. And then they have in London, UK, they have an office, and then Dubai, they have an office, and then Singapore, New South Wales, Australia. So they have an office. So they are having a global presence. And if you look at their financial statements, so their revenue is grown from 427 crores in financial 2017 to almost 672 crores in financial 2021. And if you look at their profit after tax, it also increased from 51 crores to 126 crores. And if you look at their subscription revenues, it grew from 60 crores to 200 crores from financial 2016 to 2021. And if you look at their cash and cash investments, so it increased from 345 crores to almost 479 crores between 2020 and 2021. And if you look at their financial statements, so their sales increased from about 200 crores in March 2019 quarter to December 2021 quarter. It's about 203 crores. It's about the same. So if you look at the quarter on quarter from March 2019 to December 2021, it's the same. If you look at the net profit, that's also 63 crores in March 2019 and 48 crores in December 2021. So even though their operating margin varies a lot, so the management guides for about 23 to 25% EBITDA margin. So and then 90 to 20% net profit margin. That's a management guidance for their margins. And then if you look at their year-on-year statement, in March 2015 they are about 308 crores, and then in December 2022 or March 2022 they have about 750 crores. And then if you look at their net profit, it's increased from 46 crores to almost 160 crores. And then their compounded sales growth for 5 years is 14%, and then 3 years is 9%. The profit growth is about 35% for 5 years and 20% for 3 years. So currently their margin stabilized, I would say 25-26%. I would not expect their margin to increase further. So now their top line should reflect the bottom line unless some unexpected things happening. And if you are looking to the return on equity, so it's 20% for 5 years and 19% for 3 years. And then they are also paying dividend of about 20%, so their dividend payout ratio is about 20%. And if you look at the balance sheet, it increased from 324 crores to about 939 crores. Currently they have reserves of about 633 crores and investment of 89 crores. They don't have no almost nil debt, so they don't have very few debt borrowings of 25 crores, but they almost have no debt at all. And then if you look at their cash flow, so their cash from operating activity is increasing, but also they are investing a lot. Their financial activity is also increasing, so they don't have much free cash flow yet. So I would expect them to do some years to before they have a meaningful free cash flow. And also if you look at the analyst expectation, so one of the analysts, this company is not covered by many analysts, very few analysts covers this particular company. And if you look at their one of the analyst expectations, so they expected to 976 crores for 2023 and about 1200 crores for 2024. I would say that's pretty on the higher side expectation, so I would not expect the company to grow at this rate. But let's see that the analyst projected for that number. And then if you look at the net profit, bottom line, it's 195 crores for 2023 and 246 crores for 2024. And then if you look at the shareholding pattern, so promoter reduced in, for example, in June 2021, and then it stayed steadily. And then if you look at the FIIs, so FIIs is reducing this share slowly, and then if you look at the DIIs, they are increasing this share slowly. Always the DIIs and FIIs will act on the opposite side. And then if you look at the for example shareholding pattern of the public, so it's about 19%, so public shareholding is increasing in this particular company. And if you look at the mutual funds, what they are doing in the recent months, so in October very few buying activity, November no buying activity or no selling activity, and then December there is a buying activity, January there is a buying activity, February there is a selling activity. And if you look at the which are the mutual funds which are holding this particular company, so HDFC Children's Gift Fund, PGIM India Small Cap Fund Growth, HDFC Retirement Savings, SBI Technology Opportunities, HDFC Equity, PGIM India Quant Small Cap Fund Growth. So it's a very few companies or very few mutual funds hold this particular company, and most of the companies have allocated somewhere between 1 to 1.5% or 0.5% some companies. So if you look at what they did recently, in January 2022 PGIM bought, and then HDFC sold in February, HDFC sold in March as well. So it's a mixed bag, for example. But as a total, there are like few net buying happenings in the past months. And if you look at the valuation section, so in 2021 their revenue was 673 crores, 2023 it was 748 crores. I'm expecting them to do about 900 crores for 2023 and 1100 crores for 2024 with a growth of 20% and 22%. But then we have to see whether they can still achieve that kind of growth. And then if you look at the net income, it's 180 crores for 2023 and 220 crores for 2024 with a average growth expectation of 30% for 2023 and 22% for 2024. And if you look at the price target with the current valuation of P of 22, so it will be 566 rupees for 1 year and 691 rupees for 2 year, with the price cumulative growth of 12% for 1 year and 37% for 2 year. And then if you look at the price target with the P of 25, in that case the price target would be 643 rupees for 1 year and 786 rupees for 2 year, with the price cumulative growth of 27% for 1 year and 56% for 2 year. The average P of this particular company is currently about 21, so I estimated with the P of 25 because I'm expecting them to do some kind of increased growth, revenue growth going ahead. But then if that does not happen, then the P might remain low. It also depends on the sentiment of the industry, IT stocks. So IT stocks corrected a little bit during the past few months. Some of the stocks are still holding pretty good, and some of the stocks are corrected a little bit. So it depends. At the current valuation, it's fairly valid, I would say, for the company 22. So it's reasonably valued. So So if you ask me whether I would buy these stocks or sell this stock, what I would do, so currently I would not buy these stocks if I am a new investor. So if you're an existing investor, if you have a long-term overview and if you believe in this company, you can keep holding. But then personally I am not going to buy this stock at this particular valuation because it's not that attractive. Or it's also not, I would say it's not undervalued, it's not overvalued, it's fairly valued. So I would say I would not pick this stock now because we have a lot of other opportunities to look into currently. So that's my personal opinion. If you have contradicting thoughts, you can always put it in the comment section. So that's always welcome. And if you like this video, please like, share and comment. And also if you like to receive a free email newsletter, please register in the link below. So that's all for today, and thank you for watching and have a nice day.